Okay, destination lighthouse. Expected resistance is a group of bandits. I'm sort of hoping that since it's so near the opening areas, it might be bandit group of low-level bandits. So hopefully, with our supreme magical powers, we can take them down. Meaning we probably can't, but let's pretend we can. Rats! Meat bugs. Aha! Come get some. Anything else here? No, man. Ooh, there's a cave. Okay, the cave is probably at least doable. I mean, it's right next to the city gate after all. Oh, okay. Okay, as long as we at least explore new areas. So, what's in this cave? There are people in there. Can I please check the corpse? I can't do anything with the meat bugs anyway. Why are you even highlighting them? Ooh, white orc axe. Was this some kind of an orc cave then? Okay, that might be a bit worrisome. Okay, what is this place? Seriously. It's fairly close to be a bandit cave of some sort. Too close. Might not be even hostile. Loafer. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be.
You're in for it now.
I mean, why loafers specifically? Ah, yeah, the one has a sword. Okay. So, definitely tough. Problem is again, we can't do damage. That's our biggest goddamn problem. We just can't do it. And I think we're gonna need more health, although not really. The thing is, we should probably try to kill one of them and then just run. Get healed up if necessary, and that's it. Low far. Could you please target the low burden? Excellent. Holy crap. 100 points of experience. Sword.
Nothing to plunder.
These fights against proper, even what seems to be vagrants, pretty much, they just don't go well. Another indication of also how knowing the game area a little bit better makes things a lot easier. I killed basically, or just had to destroy an orc warrior to get our orc axe. As an alternative options, there would have been the orc scout, which was considerably easier, then a free orc axe just lying around. So yeah. I'm sure
That's not what my husband thinks.
this game can be played without the tedious early sequence where you can't get anything done, but again, it's very unlikely to happen on your first playthrough. It's something you can do when you play again.
Hey, you! Can you heal me?
To some extent that's true to all games, but I feel in an open world game that has questionable design choices, the problem just gets bigger and bigger. Because there's so many more wrong things and places you can do. Not strictly speaking wrong, but yeah, they're the bad choices.
Really? How interesting. That's not what my husband thinks.
Okay. This was although the first time our spellcasting ability genuinely helped us. With just the melee options, that wouldn't have worked. On the other hand, if we had put those points into strength, we could have used a massively better weapon and do massively more damage, which would have basically led to the same thing. We don't have magic anymore, do we? Yeah. I'll still try to do the fighting. The other guy didn't have as good of a weapon, so we're much better protected from that. I spot arrows. Yes, I did. Basically has a heavy branch, I think. Yeah, this fight is ours. Not exactly a glorious fight. Victory is victory. Genuine seaman's grog. Fish and a couple of luck, so yeah. Overall, not exactly a great amount of loot, but something interesting at least for me. Still continues. goldfishes, and a herring. Value of 0, hit point bonus 2. That's odd. Very odd. What the hell happened here? Huge amount of skeletons. Basically looks like a trap. Spikes coming from the floor. That's exactly what it... skeleton's bone. Could that be it? Goblin bone. Basically, it would be an ingredient to making runes. Summoning spells, summoning spells. I think summoning spell might be a good choice.
Nothing to be had there.
Although I don't know the cost, so maybe they're not cost efficient or something. And I think they cost like 3 points for even the first level version, so maybe if we could skip at least to the second or third level version immediately, that would be great. By the way, nice, nice, very much needed stuff. Just the swords and things like that, they are worth quite a bit. Yep, 500 value. Long sword, 85, strength required. Ah. I have to keep the crossbow. I think that was a quest for someone. I'm gonna take a little rest. We basically have to take a rest because healing doesn't restore mana. Which I wish it would. I think we started in the morning, so probably the midday was on the same day. Just a little bit of a rest to restore mana. Okay.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Yeah, we need 3,000 more experience points to get the next level up.
Don't tell this to anyone.
You don't say.
We probably need to finish the task talking with the paladins before we're gonna get a new circle of magic. Alternatively, no. Yeah, that's probably it. Maybe we need to change the chapter or something. Lighthouse and a boar. I have no idea how good these boars are. Well, they at least can take a few hits, if nothing else. Okay, they're not that tough. No, I'll take that back. They are very tough, but they're not that damaging, so doable. Really doable. I need to check the map. Where the hell does this road go? Goes to the farm. No, yeah, it goes to the upper part of the cliff. Okay, there should be a crossroad on the other side. One side goes to some kind of a... No, first goes to forest, second goes to some kind of a cave, the third goes to the lighthouse. This goes not where we want to go. Forest, that probably goes into the cave. Totally armed guards there. Yeah. Didn't go all that well. Yeah, that goes into the forest. At least let's check if they're hostile or not. Be a great way to target them at least. Yeah, bandits. Exactly what we expected. Now this will go into the forest. There's just a couple of different roads here. That I'd like to get on top of that. There's definitely a cave there. What is this? Probably something you don't want to stick your nose into, but it's probably the cave. Looks like a beast's cave instead of a bandit cave or something like that. Okay, let's see if the bandits react to us immediately if we're hostile. I would assume so, but Holy crap. Yeah, man-sized swords!
So much for you, lowlife.
Yeah. It's way, way, way out of our reach. They didn't react until we really went to face them. So maybe we could try to get something done here. I don't have exactly high hopes, but they're not strictly speaking looking in that direction. They're just waiting there for me.
Stop right there, you lowlife.
Screw you! Calling me a lowlife when you're the bandit. That's just insulting. By the way, this is pretty much what is going to happen every time when we're going to meet a bandit at this point. We just don't have what it takes. We don't have the armor, and we certainly don't have the attack capability to kill them fast enough, so yeah, it just won't work. What is it? It's a shadow. I feel our chances are pretty much zero here. Not sure I want to kill it anyway. Sure, some loot is there, but it's also a guaranteed place to find a shadow beast if we need it at some point. I think shadow beast hearts or a horn, some magical ingredient. Let's give it a try. I want to see if it is resting, so maybe we could in there unnoticed. Nothing to see here, just continue sleeping. Just take it easy. No need to get upset. Okay, sneaking provides to be a useful ability once again. We still have our Shadow Beast there, we happen to need it at some point, but we didn't have to leave the loot there. So, wolves, flies, and whatever. By the way, bandits aren't after me, the Shadow Beast isn't after me. We're cool. Let's see what we got. I think we got a elixir of healing or something like that. Ooh, bonus to maximum mana, 5. Again, I don't want to use it now when raising mana is still cheap. We did get a sword too. It's not the long sword, it's something else. Probably a sword, yeah. Something else. Ice block. Summon wall. We would need to get by the scroll summon the skeleton goblin or whatever. We do have the ingredient to do it. Skeleton bone. Probably summon skeleton spell. That would be. I think this. I think we face skeletons at some point. I think they were better than skeleton goblins. Valuable statue of Inas. Yeah, still have no clue what to do with that. It wasn't. It was in some kind of goblin cave that wasn't too tough to complete. So I would have imagined it would be something related to early game. The quest certainly isn't tough enough to be anything else. However, that might not be the case. I mean, the challenge might be in the locating of the site. I still think it's something probably you could have gotten and finished up already. You just knew what it is for, which is sort of a problem. Again, I have no doubt that we could have done things better, but it's not exactly going to be all that helpful if there's some kind of a too specific way to get there. You'll never know. As well kill the boar. I mean, we do need experience after all. Okay, these are enjoyable opponents in the sense that they don't know the word of restraint or retreat, they'll just charge you. Which seems very appropriate for a boar. And we only need 3000 experience for the next level, which is probably going to be more mana, in fact. Crap. Well, yeah, it is what it is. We might have to... After that, we'll probably want to focus on getting new spells. God knows we certainly need new spells. What is that? Rats. Do we have magic? Points. I'm sort of inclined to use them simply because there's 2 of those guys. Oh, that's a warg. It's up there. Okay, I'm not gonna go after a work now. Want to loot this place out of the weed. Don't want to shoot the goddamn work. Or do I? No, I don't. Okay, against this type of trash, the spell is actually useful. Problem being, this is trash. These guys weren't dangerous when we started the game. It's not exactly a source of pride. Swamp weed. Better take this in storage. I haven't seen that many sources of swamp weed. It's the first major source I've seen of it. Okay. We will have to go back to the city just to rest, and that's about it. Okay. Oh crap. Crap. Grr. Where'd the wolves disappear? There. Ah, okay. I think that's about enough. It's about as much as we can take for the moment. Still, but, a decent amount of experience, not much. But much more worthwhile. Definitely, we cannot go against bandits, not unless we get something better. And I do mean better, not just a couple of mana points. My interest in buffing the mana points would be mainly that we can start using those items that also buff our mana. We would have one option though. We could afford quite a lot of cash at the moment. Maybe enough to play around with the donation system, see what we can get. Those, but again, the problem there is it's too soon. I mean, if we get bone system mana, it's a lot. Is at least it would be twice as valuable if we waited for at least 10 more mana points. The cost of mana upgrade should go up at that point.
Don't tell this to anyone.
So even then, it doesn't make sense. We need to raise the mana to 30 as soon as possible, simply so we can at least consider taking the others, although I'm thinking of delaying things until it's basically 60, because then it goes up again. At least that's my understanding. Similar to the weapons, their thresholds are 30, 60 and 90. So at least 60. If we want to delay it as long as possible, probably 90. But I think 60 might be more reasonable. It's not something we can increase for a long time then. But the value of the increases should be much more valuable. 5 points increase in mana now is worth 5 LP. It would be worth 15 at that point. So that's quite a bit of difference. And it's a reason I don't like this system.
Don't tell this to anyone. Go away. Don't tell me that.
It leads to two things. It's basically useful for people who do two things. It'll naturally be at least a little bit useful if you just use it, but it's very inefficient at that point. It's like value of only half to 1/3 to what an experienced player can get from it. Then there's the other side of players who hold on to it to the point where it's basically too late to make much use out of it. Wondering what missions we would have. Sun Aloe. Only grows in the excrements of Black Troll. Yeah, we know where Black Troll is. I think it's in the northern edge where the path of Ineas was. Inas. But that might not be quite so easy to take. Mercenary Cypher has lost a package of swampweed. He suspects Bodo of stealing it. Okay. Kick a Bolko's butt. Lady Farmer Branco. Akil's farm is threatened by mercenaries. Okay. Dragomir's crossbow. Lost his crossbow at a strange stone circle in the high northern mountains. I think we got that. The snorting creature is causing trouble for the hunter gone. Unless I defeat the beast, he can't go hunting anymore. Yeah, we might be able to have the power to take it down now, but I'm not sure. It basically ran all over us when we fought it. Garvel wants information about the orcs, and he wants to know why the paladins are in town. So this is something we might be able to do. The old sea dog Jack can't get back in this lighthouse while the bandits are settled in there. Well, sorry about that, Jack, but I can't get them out at the moment. Lucia, the whore, disappeared from Bromore's brothel overnight. They assumed that she ran off with Elric, Thorben the carpenter's apprentice. Yeah, Bromore's golden dish. Trouble with militia. Stone tablet. More bandits for stone tablets. Bits on drinking cane, Sleporter stone, portal system, Bosphorus bow. Joe. Man named Joe has simply vanished without a trace. He claims that Joe knows how to get into one of the city towers where the militia keeps their arms. Yeah, missing people. A lot of missing people in the area. Maybe they're being picked up for slaves or something. There could be multiple different reasons why some people are disappearing though. Okay, it's a task of the water mages. Let's go talk to the water mages.
And so he bade Enos to
I think
leave
we're
a part
going
of
to
his
try
power
to
in
move the
Israel,
main
so
plot
that
a
he
little
might
bit further
restore
at
to the
least.
human if the beast should return.
But we're really unprepared to do any kind of serious fighting. I mean, even half serious. So I would feel much better if we were on a higher level. But also, some quests might not be available if we move forward with chapters. More donations. Want to join the Ring of Water? I don't know what the Ring of Water is. I think it's an expansion pack faction. Yeah, this isn't helping me. I want to check what we get from the stone tablets that are basically marked as no.
And Enos, in his wisdom,
I still want to read them.
did so.
So what I think we will
But the
end up
light
really
was a
doing,
torment for Beliar. All that Enos created was destroyed by Beliar.
maybe explore a little bit better this area. Two minor quests. Need to talk to them. Someone in militia that might be able to help us with the fishermen.
How's the situation?
You can count on us. We will use every available means to make sure that this city doesn't degenerate into a den of iniquity.
We could go on another thieving spree, but not with our lockpicks though. 6. Yeah, that's maybe good enough for 2 chests.
Were the land,
We aren't
and
lucky.
there arose all creatures, trees as well as animals.
How's the situation in town?
Everything is under control.
This does remind the one thing. The other novices. I'm sort of a part. We go in here. We could possibly kill them. Especially the guy who picked a fight with us. I'm mainly wondering what he would have dropped.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I'm training the boys to use a crossbow and help them become a little more dexterous.
Could you train me?
Sure thing. If you have enough experience, I can help you. Always remember, dexterity and long-range combat belong together like crossbow and bolt. The one
Isn't worth a thing without the other. I understand.
Here and crossbow. Okay. Seems a bit reckless, but whatever. You open this chest. It's locked. So this is probably a bad time for it. I would assume it contains bolts or things like that anyway, so nothing of too much interest for us.
Everybody knows my name. Don't tell the
What is that? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what we should do next. We have a lot of tips, especially with the missing people thing, but none of them have really led to anything as of yet. We have few options where we or leads we could go after, but they're vague enough, and they promise basically fights against bandits anyway. So I'm not sure it's worthwhile to go after such a thing yet. Bag of going. This is. I think we're going to go sell our leathers and gather up some gold. Sure, it'll make much of a difference. Narrow back, not very heavy. Leather satchel. Then go. So 700 gold. It's a decent amount. We have a nice amount of loot anyway, so we're doing just fine as far as funds are concerned. So it's a bag of gold right there. Right? No, I don't. Yeah, there it is. 25 gold. Another bag of gold. It's a scroll, like ice arrow or something like that. More gold.
He doesn't see that.
He'd
I
better
can't help
shut
it.
Oh crap.
There've been all kinds of
up. Can't keep anything to himself.
That's really not my problem.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Do you really think?
It's gonna get you worse.
No more gold.
That was obvious all along.
Those put it all these bags on here.
Don't tell this to
And
anyone.
honey. Like what?
I won't tell her a thing.
They're fairly hard to spot.
That's an open secret. I don't believe
Yeah.
that. You don't say.
Complaining.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Might as well take a closer look at some of these rooftops then. I'm guessing the rewards were there because it's not easy to reach those rooftops. I think we're about done. So what exactly did we get? Few low value items and gold. Oh, 804. Don't really know what to think about that, just free gold. Whatever. One thing we probably should learn is, is the sleep thing. There's a couple of these guard areas. It would basically be trivially easy to bypass if we just put the guard to sleep, go past it, steal whatever you can steal and get the hell out. Again, another way to make money though, and I'm not sure, yeah, probably more worthwhile than taking the ability to loot body parts though. My impression was, after reading some of the manuals, is that sleep basically works on humans only, and mind affecting is something similar to a large extent, that sort of thing. So if you were hoping to influence orcs or other monsters with that, yeah, just forget about it, it's not gonna work. I'm sort of very attracted to that place. I think the assassin that's currently waiting for us is probably, as well, potentially have an access key to that. It's definitely locked by a key, so lockpicking won't do any good against that. But we would need to... How would we win the fight against the guy?
Hey! What's new?
Since the collapse of the barrier, open... Let's wait and see what happens.
I'm sort of thinking, given the... trying to kill the assassin again.
Everybody knows by now.
We need luck to succeed there.
That's an open secret. Someone's gonna do the work.
Luck or scrolls.
Everybody.
You could just sacrifice a fireball on it, or maybe a couple of fire arrow scrolls.
Don't tell this to anyone. And he works all day too. Someone's gotta do the work.
I just want to move something forward.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. Now that's typical.
The assassin business would be quite fine. Oh my god. Oh no.
He simply talks too much. That's terrible. That's an open secret. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Don't tell
Okay,
me
if we
it's
can't go up from here, what is that anyway?
Who says things like that?
Citizen.
Not what I heard. He simply talks to get. Really? How interesting. That's not what I heard.
Any other way to get up there?
Really? How interesting.
No. Okay.
He simply talks too much. Someone's got to do the work. I won't tell her a thing from now on. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. That's an open secret. Go away, don't tell me, Dad.
Okay. I realized something. scrolls require 5 magic points to cast, so they're not going to actually help us skill the guy any better if we're using the same spell.
You can't keep anything.
So it would have to be something more
Now
powerful,
that's typical.
and we do need something.
Everybody knows by now. Someone's
Maybe a
gotta
couple
do
of
the
fireballs.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. That's not what I heard. Someone's gonna do the work. A fight! If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. I don't believe that.
Craft hatchet.
I won't tell her a thing from now.
Crossbow. Bolts. Oh. Frosty key. Damaged by salty seawater. Oh my god. So this is very likely the key to that
And he works all day too.
door at the seaside.
Don't tell this to anyone. That's what I've always said. Go away. Don't tell me that.
I don't want to use these on this chest. The thing is, it's basically the chest of a poor person in the harbor. What is he gonna have? If we had more of these picklocks to waste, that might be another matter. We don't. By the way,
Everybody knows.
please go up. Again, just checking what's on the roofs here. Not spotting anything. Yep, okay. Let's rest and we'll end it there. Next time, check out where the hatchet killer came from. How good is the hatchet anyway? Not that good. Rough hatchet. Well, damage 40 but requires 50 strength to wield, so a critical hit would basically do about 100 points of damage. And considering that we have 125 hit points, yeah, you can see the problem. Even considering the weapon protection of 50 something, it's still two hits approximately for us to kill us, and that's assuming he only has the minimum strength to wield the weapon. So yeah, I don't think at any point we'll be able to survive a hit from a strong weapon with a strong wielder of that weapon. So we'll have to definitely have, I think, some kind of summon and huge mana reserve so we can pummel them with attack
I don't
spells.
believe that. Go away. Don't tell me that.
What's that?
I won't tell her a thing from now on. He talks too much. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
No, I want to do one more thing. There was some kind of a potion seller in the upper courtyard and I've always forgotten about him. By the way, we need full mana and I'll do a quick visit on him, then we'll go to the door at the harbor. It should lead us probably to other killers. Hopefully I don't have to fight every one of them.
You don't say. Don't tell this to anyone. I can't take care of everything for everybody.
But also, the guy who stole one of the bows should be there. That's another quest we might be able to finish up. Yeah, 2,500 for next level up. So we certainly could use the ability to wrap up a couple of extra quests at this point.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
How much money do we have? 800.
I knew that all along.
with you completely.
Ooh, crossbow. One is worth 200, one is worth 1,200.
I'm not telling you anything
Damage
new.
45, damage 90. Yeah,
I'm not touching that.
that's basically a more or less an instant death for us.
That's been known a long time. I couldn't get away with that. That was quite obvious.
I'm staying out of it.
And the human slew the beast.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
You didn't get that from me.
You don't have to tell me that.
Ah yes, Salandra.
Show me your wares.
It's my pleasure, Reverend Brother.
Amulet Fire. Fire Rain. Storm. Yeah, fire damage 500. Certainly interesting stuff. I think I'll buy lab water bottles. These are low value items and it seems like you could always use some. Minor strength increase. Yeah. I was thinking of if we could upgrade our weapon with a minor strength increase. Something achievable through items. But we don't have the 200 weapon skill, so it's a waste more time.
I've got no time for things like that.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
And Enos, in his wisdom, did so.
This is gonna change.
But Adanos feared for the day in which the beast would return to the land.
Yeah. Beast returns, blah blah blah. Try not to die. You failed me. I recall doing that some other time and I survived.
That's what I've always said.
This time. Doesn't really matter. There's no reason for us to go there. We'll just rest in her place. I get. We should be ready to go. Okay, let's get to the bottom of this. I'm hoping that the guy, since he was an assassin, he would be a top of the line representative of the organization, so most of the guys will not be quite as deadly. 200 experience from a single guy, that's quite tough. We can basically deal with someone who has a decent weapon and gives out half that much experience. So either way. What is this place?